I'm going to show you how to make this delicious homemade chicken noodle soup in your deluxe multi-cooker. It's rich, it's full of warming seasonings, and it's really economical. Whether you're making it for your family at home or to share, I think there's something for everybody to learn from this cooking demo. Let's take a look. You need a whole chicken to make the best chicken soup possible. Get the biggest one you can find because it will make extra for other meals. This soup is loaded with veggies you probably already have in your fridge. We've got onions, garlic, celery, carrots, and these onions came out of my freezer. I froze them after chopping them in a Ziploc bag, so today I didn't have to do any of that. I was just able to pull that out. To prep your carrots, I love the pivoting peeler. It's called pivoting because it pivots depending on what your preference is. Here's the coolest part. Don't lift it off of your carrot. Simply rotate your carrot and you're peeling in both directions. So it's especially efficient that way. We'll trim off the ends. And I don't ever keep the ends, but the peel I like to keep. And that goes into my veggie stock bag, where I just keep adding to the bag. I store this in the freezer, and once it's full, it goes into a stock pot with 6 cups of water to simmer for about 45 minutes, and then we'll have the start of a veggie soup. I add my celery to that, and we'll even add the garlic skin. So I'm gonna press my garlic right on top of the onion just to be efficient. If you haven't tried the garlic press before, here's the magical part. You don't peel the garlic. You put it in there and give it a good squish, and the garlic comes right out the top, and your peel is right here. It's totally flattened out. This goes into that veggie stock bag too. We need 4 cloves of garlic for today's recipe. I'm gonna chop the celery and the carrots with the electric twist and chop. You can use your food chopper, your rapid prep mandolin, or even a knife, whatever works for you. I did do the onions with the twist and chop before I froze them. This is so amazing. Watch the blades, they move up and down. Done. Perfect. You gotta look at this. I get so excited every time I use this product. How fast is that? So we're gonna dump all of the vegetables right to the center of the deluxe multi-cooker. And I'm gonna go ahead and jump in here with these carrots. This is really efficient. So best to hit the pulse button so you don't overdo it. Because we want these to have some, some texture. But imagine doing things like your chicken salad and things like that, where you want those celery pieces to be super small. It's really great that way. So we put all of the vegetables in here first: carrots and celery, onions and garlic. We'll add some seasonings. I have some sea salt, pepper, and bay leaves here. And we'll add about a tablespoon of our Pampered Chef Italian seasoning. I just use the cap to measure. Up to that top line is about a tablespoon. That seems to work. Okay, give everything a little stir to combine, and don't worry if your onions are still frozen, that is okay. All right, now we add the chicken. You wanna make sure your chicken doesn't have any of the giblets or livers in them. This one didn't come with any. I like to just grab the legs like this and add it right to the top. Now, did you know that it's not recommended that you rinse off chicken? It's not necessary, and it actually can spread germs. So just lay it in here and simply add water. You can do 5 to 6 cups. I like to go with 6 cups so we have extra. What's most important when you're adding your ingredients is to respect the max line. My water actually goes right up to that line, so I'm good. And the reason for that is the way pressure cookers work is they create pressure. So if you have it too full of food, there's no space for that pressure to build. Double check your gasket, make sure it's pushed in all of the way. And we're gonna let the electric multi-cooker, the deluxe multi-cooker, do its work. I'm gonna turn the dial till the soup setting lights up. I'm gonna press the button. It defaults to 30 minutes. That's exactly what we want. Press and hold. And that's it. You will have the most flavorful soup ever. It kind of creates its own bone broth. It's fabulous. It's easy. It's economical. And when it's finished, we'll go ahead and debone the chicken and add it back in. You can add noodles, rice, no pasta at all, whatever you want. When it is finished cooking, I'm gonna let it do a natural release. That means I'm not going to touch it, and it takes about 25 minutes or so for that to happen. The pin will drop naturally. So from start to finish, you wanna figure this recipe will take you about 90 minutes to prepare. I love to do it on the weekend, and then we have it during the week. The chicken is done. It depressurized naturally, so just go ahead and take your lid off. Make sure that if you're new to this, you tip it away from you. A lot of steam does rise when you lift it up. Here's what it looks like on the inside of our pot. The chicken is done. It's super tender, and you're just going to reach in and grab pieces because you can't lift the whole thing out. It is too tender for that. We're gonna debone it and remove the skin before we put some back into the pot. I like to put a cutting board in my sheet pan to grab the juice, and I can debone the chicken. So if you're new to cooking with a whole chicken like this, just take your fork and gently pull back the fat. We don't need that to go back in the soup. So you don't even need to, save the bones to do it again. It already totally cooked. So I like to just shred the meat, and if you want to, maybe you want to make enchiladas, you could shred the white meat and keep it apart for that second meal, or you can just have a really meaty soup. You can decide, depending on how big your chicken is and how many other meals you want to have from it. Look at all the meat I got from this chicken. It is so much. So if you want to stretch your meal budget, don't be afraid to get a whole chicken. This gives you so many possibilities. I also did pull out those 2 bay leaves because those aren't edible, and we'll just go ahead and chop it up for soup-sized pieces. I'm going to show you one way to pack the soup. I'm packing this to share with my son's family and with a friend, and so I want to make sure that they get a decent amount of meat for each one. So I'm going to start with some of the meat, and then I'll take some of the noodles. I am using some gluten-free noodles today. I'll just drop those in, and then all I've got to do is top it off with that veggie broth. What a great gift idea, isn't this? Top it off however you like. Got a lid here. I'm sure they're going to appreciate it. So you can kind of turn it upside down to mix it all up. Who do you know that would enjoy a gift of soup for dinner? Check this out. I got all of this food from that one cook time. There's enough chicken here to make some chicken salad or add for enchiladas, whatever I need cooked chicken for. So I saved the chicken breast part for that. Here, this is a half-gallon jar. This is a 1-quart jar, and this is a 4-cup prep bowl. That's a lot of soup for your family, for sharing, to go in the freezer, all from one whole chicken. So give a whole chicken a try, and you'll see that your soup will taste like what you might remember from Grandma's house. It's rich, it's flavorful, and it's so nourishing for your family.